Up for a standard breakfast, accompanied with a misbehaving toaster. Unfortunately, overnight a couple of the people from our group had become sick. It was likely from the food last night. My shoes are still looking okay so far. We got to Sambor Pre Kuk, or the Forest Temples, as it'd be known in English. These were built approximately 1300 to 1400 years ago. One temple that immediately grabbed my attention was consumed by a tree. We were allowed to climb into it, which I did. It was basically a real-world version of the Deku Tree. There were a lot of little temples around in the area, and very few people outside of our group here. In the recent past, the Khmer Rouge, which was the group of people that followed Pol Pot, had taken base here, and there was evidence of this from bomb craters left when the Americans tried to clean them out. Unfortunately, there was litter in some of the areas of these temples. Also present here was an old water storage area that had been created when these temples were in active use. The last temple we approached was one that had 3 false entrances and 1 real entrance. Each door faced a different cardinal direction. It was back to the bus, and a short ride later we took a break in front of a 900-year-old bridge that was in fantastic shape. A bit later we got to our bikes and headed off on a 20-kilometer ride. We stopped for a snack break at a pagoda. One of our group members was struggling a bit with heat stroke and had to take a bit of a break in the bus. We headed off for another 15-kilometer bike ride. This road had a good chunk of potholes in it. We stopped for lunch. I wish I had taken pictures of the restaurant, as it was pretty neat. It had banana leaf canopies and was elevated on decks. We headed off for another 14-kilometer bike ride. Unfortunately, this was too much for a few people, and they ended up taking the bus the rest of the day. Along the way, we stopped for a moment to see a temple in the distance and what looked like a collapsed bridge or maybe a water access only route in the rainy season. We took our last snack break of the day. The dirt had really started accumulating on us at this point. The sunscreen wasn't exactly helping us stay clean. Off we went another 14 kilometers to the hotel. We got to the town around rush hour, which was an interesting experience to go through. Even though there were vehicles everywhere and no traffic lights, it still felt safer than Ontario. We got to our hotel. There was a minor mix-up with our bags, but we got it all sorted out reasonably easily. They had set up our room in this wonderful way as you see here. We were pretty dirty, so we cleaned up and then headed out for dinner. Our restaurant was nice. We explored Siem Reap after dinner. This town is wild and like nothing else we've seen in this entire country. There were tons of tourist-friendly businesses, a crazy amount of people asking you to transport you via tuk-tuk, and a party street that was literally called Pub Street, and it just blasted music out.